You know how it feels to control the ball in FIFA? You basically do nothing and the ball stays glued to your feet. You can turn, shift left, shift right, and the ball never gets away from you. Every touch is perfect. Every movement is smooth. It's effortless. Now imagine that feeling. But in real life, most people can't do it. The ball bounces off the ground unpredictably. It gets away from your feet when you try to turn. Your touches feel heavy and clunky. You're constantly fighting the ball instead of controlling it. But what if I told you that you can make your touch feel as smooth as FIFA, where the ball responds to your every micro adjustment, where control feels effortless, where you can manipulate the ball in ways that look like video game physics? That's what this video is about. And by the end, you'll know exactly how to build FIFA level ball control in real life. Now, before we even mention the best drills to master ball control, let's start with understanding why most people have terrible ball control in the first place. It's not just a skill issue, it has everything to do with mindset. Most people mess up with ball control because there's a fear inside them. They already sense something's going to go wrong, like they're going to somehow lose the ball, take a bad touch, look foolish, and guess what? They end up messing up because that fear becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. Your body tenses, your touch becomes rigid, you're not controlling the ball, you're fighting it. Now, how do we solve this? It's actually a very simple root problem, but it requires effort to fix. The issue is this: you simply lack a real relationship with the ball. In FIFA, you have perfect confidence with every touch because there's no real consequence. You're not afraid, you're just playing. That's the feeling we're trying to recreate in real life. But most players treat the ball like a stranger. They show up to training, do their drills, and leave. They never develop that intimate connection where the ball becomes an extension of their body. Look at the players who have FIFA level control in real life. Ronaldinho would spend hours just juggling in the streets of Brazil because he genuinely loved the feeling of the ball at his feet. Messi literally slept with his first ball. Took it everywhere. These players spent countless hours just playing with the ball, kicking it against a wall, completely absorbed, lost in the rhythm, inside, outside. They were actually enjoying it. If you do this and don't feel joy, maybe football is just not for you. The problem with most players today, they can't tap into that joy anymore. Their brains are fried from phone addiction, social media, and constant notifications. Their attention spans are destroyed. To them, spending even 30 minutes alone with a ball feels extremely boring, like a chore. The pros could spend 3, 4, 5 hours just with a ball and a wall, completely lost in the moment, because to them it was the actual joy. If you genuinely loved the ball, if you had that relationship, you wouldn't need motivation to train your ball control. You just do it because it feels good. That intimate connection, that's what creates FIFA level control. The thing is that if you want to improve your ball control, you actually need to know the ball and its behaviors. Most of you don't actually know how it behaves. So here's my challenge to you. Can you spend 30 minutes alone with a ball and a wall, with your phone in another room, just genuinely having joy, juggling, passing against the wall, doing tricks you already know, trying new touches just to see how the ball responds? The foundation of smooth control is psychological. It's that relationship, that trust, that comfort. Once you have that, everything else becomes easier because now you're just touching the ball naturally, the way you move your hand to pick up a cup without thinking about it. That's the first step, building the relationship, falling in love with the ball again the way you did when you were a kid. Now, once you have that foundation, that relationship, comfort, we need to talk about getting quicker with your feet. Because listen, in FIFA, your movements are instant. You press a button and the player responds immediately. That responsiveness comes from elite footwork, coordination in real life. In real life, most players have slow, clunky feet. their touches are too slow, there's a delay between what their instinct wants and what their feet do. And this all comes down to one thing: ball mastery. Now, I know what you're thinking. Ball mastery drills are boring as hell, and I fully agree with you. I've always hated those drills too, until I discovered FPRO. Look, most ball mastery training fails because it's just you staring at your feet doing random drills with zero feedback. FPRO solved this by turning ball mastery into an actual training system. They give you a numbered mat and an app created by UEFA certified coaches, but here's the genius part. It works exactly like leveling up in a video game. You start at level 1, basic touches, simple coordination. As you progress, you earn XP, unlock new drills, collect badges and trophies. The POV video drills are key too. Instead of trying to figure out what inside-outside touch means from a description, you literally see it from the player's perspective and copy it. And because the app tracks everything, you get real data on your progress. So you're actually improving, you can see it. Most people quit ball mastery after 2 weeks because it's boring. FPRO's gamification means you actually want to train. You can do it anywhere. Bedroom, garage, wherever. The mat is small, the drills are efficient. Check the link in description and use my code FP20 to get started. Now we need to add the element that creates the deepest connection with the ball: juggling. And I'm not talking about juggling to impress your friends or hit some arbitrary number. I'm talking about juggling as the most direct way to make the ball feel like an extension of your body. Here's what most people don't understand. Your juggling ability is directly proportional to your ball control ability. If your juggling is chopped and the ball bounces all over the place, your control under pressure will be the same, because juggling teaches your feet, thighs, chest, shoulders and head to understand the ball's weight, spin and trajectory. Every surface of your body learns how much force to apply, what angle to use, how to cushion the ball's momentum. In FIFA, every touch is perfectly cushioned automatically. In real life, juggling is what builds that automatic cushioning. It's the bridge between conscious control and subconscious mastery. When you juggle consistently, the ball stops being something external that you're trying to manipulate. It becomes a part of you, an extension. You start to feel where the ball is without looking. You sense its movement. You anticipate its behavior. That's exactly the feeling you have in FIFA. You don't think about controlling the ball. The player just does it. Juggling creates that same unconscious connection in real life. But listen to me right now. Most people learn to juggle and then keep doing the same thing without progression. So here is what I need you to do once you learn to properly juggle, at least with the foot. First, alternate between cleats and barefoot. Juggle in your cleats to simulate match conditions. This builds the muscle memory for how the ball responds when you're wearing boots. Your feet learn the cushioning, the touch points, the way the ball comes off your laces versus the inside of your foot. But then take your boots off and juggle barefoot. Barefoot juggling forces you to actually feel the ball. You can't rely on the padding of your boots. You feel every texture, every seam, every bit of pressure. Barefoot training develops your sensitivity. Your feet become sensors. And when you put your boots back on after consistent barefoot work, suddenly your touch feels easier, more precise, more controlled. Next, very important, train with different ball sizes and weights. Use a regular size 5 football. That's your baseline. But then add variation. Get a smaller size 4 or a heavier futsal ball. Juggling with a futsal ball is harder because it's less forgiving. It demands precision. Every touch has to be perfect or you lose it immediately. Then try with a tennis ball. It's one of the best tools for developing elite touch. A tennis ball is tiny and bounces unpredictably. Juggling it forces your feet to make micro adjustments constantly. After mastering juggling a tennis ball, when you go back to regular football, it feels extremely easy. Controllable. In real matches, balls are never consistent. Some are harder, some are softer. Some are brand new and bouncy, some are old and heavy. When it rains, the ball gets heavier and more slippery. Different pitches react differently. Grass, turf, wet surfaces, dry surfaces. In real life, you need to adapt. When you train with different balls, you're teaching your nervous system to adjust on the fly. You learn to judge. This ball is heavier, so I need less force. This ball is bouncing more, so I need to cushion softer. This surface is slippery, so I need to be more deliberate. Now, let's recap everything you need. First, the relationship. You need to stop treating the ball like a stranger and start building that genuine connection. Spend time with it. Play with it. Find that flow where training doesn't feel like work anymore. Second, structured repetition. You need thousands of quality touches done the right way. You can do ball mastery or get yourself FPRO. Third, feel and adaptability. Juggling with different balls, alternating between cleats and barefoot, training your nervous system to adapt to any condition. String these together consistently and your touch will transform. Check the link for FPRO in description if you want that structured foundation. Join the Discord community and remember, hit the protocol and take action.